I fit in when I was embraced really by these spiritual beings in this next world. If I could summarize the whole experience in 3 words, it'd actually be pretty simple, but it would be that these beings were so happy to see me. And it was like they were saying, "Welcome home, dearie. I know that was a tough one, but we're so proud of you. We're so happy to see you. You did a good job. That was a lot of tough stuff you went through there." And that was so great. I felt like my whole life I've wandered this earth trying to find my people and my tribe. That was my tribe. For me, when you find a new friend and you're so hopeful that it's going to work out and you want to spend time with them and they get to know you and you get to know them, it's so hard to form those kind of friendships that have really strong bonds that survive the years. I struggle with it. So it was just so wonderful to be surrounded by people who got me. They really understood me. And then this just went on and on. One of the things that was revealed to me was as I was floating in this blackness, I said to one of the beings that was with me, I said, I've been here before. Like in this 59 years, this is very familiar to me. This triggers a memory. And one of the spiritual beings said, "You remember your mom told you a story that when you were a baby, an infant, a newborn, in fact, you were given up for dead by the hospital." And they said, "You didn't almost die. You came over here then, and we sent you back." And I was like, well, that explains a lot about my weirdness, about being the one that can hear the angels talk and being the one that sees things other people don't see and always feeling like such an oddball. And also the passion for reading about the NDE accounts. I think Raymond Moody's book, Life After Life, came out as a little trade paperback. I think it was in 76. But I know that I bought it as soon as I had the money, and I read that thing over and over and over again, just fascinated by these NDE accounts. And I was like, well, that would have been good to know 59 years ago, but doesn't matter now, does it? And the other thing about this experience that I share with people, when I died and I'm, floating away and all that, it really was akin to waking up from a very intense dream and realizing, well, I got wound up pretty tight over all that mess and it wasn't that big a deal. And I thought, not only was it not that big a deal, but it's already fading. It's already so far back there. And, throughout this experience, I heard somebody screaming, and I mean screaming, "Rosemary, Rosemary, Rosemary," over and over again. But what's so fascinating to me, the more the experience went on, the softer that voice got. And at the time, I didn't even interpret that it was Rosemary being screamed. It was like the buzz of an annoying alarm clock because I never had one thought of turning around. And do you know, I was just reading that paramedics now recognize that calling somebody's name when they're trying to rouse them from a NDE or from when trying to resuscitate them, it is not effective. So now they say things like, "Your children still need you." Isn't that fascinating?
That is interesting.
Because it wasn't just me, it's others that you're already detached from that name in a split second. And the word personality comes from the Latin word for mask. So when we shed that persona, in the next life, that whole picture's gone. The Rosemary, the writer, the editor, the husband did this, and all the other messy stuff. It's gone. It's gone just in a second. So it's very much like waking from an intense dream.